Hey guys, welcome back to this channel. As you guys can see, we are in the garage, and today what we'll be working on are the CNC ported LS3 heads. I'm going to take those heads over to a local machine shop. I was recommended by a friend. Do have to get some welding done on it, and they're probably going to have to deck the heads. So I took actually both heads. I just finished up taking the passenger side head off. You know, pretty simple. Just take the coil packs, take the valve cover off, take the bolts out, and you're good to go. Also, the alternator has to come out because that's on the top side of the LS9 accessory drive. But did want to show you, I did kind of take it to heart being more organized. So I have put all of the bolts that I've taken off the motor in the bags. So we are being more organized there. Also, this is the head we're gonna be working on today, but there is the passenger side head over there, kind of kept it as separate. And then I just took all of the valve train out and laid it out the way it came out. So what we're gonna be doing is using our valve spring compressor. I'm gonna pop out the valve, both the intake and exhaust valve on the cylinder that needs work. And hopefully by pulling the valve out, I can see if it's straight or got bent. All right guys, I tried for the last 30 minutes trying to get that cylinder head apart, and I even changed out the forks or the end piece that you put on the actual valve compressor tool. And this set is simply stretched way too much. I can't bend it anymore. If you guys can see there, the heads are sitting in the back of the bed nice and peacefully. They might get a lot of machine work hopefully very soon, and we'll be able to get the Corvette project moved forward with the heads. So kind of like I said, I really don't know until the guy takes the valve out and see if it's even machinable and if it needs any welding repair and all that. His shop should be able to do that. So real nice guy. Ken is letting me know that it might be a little while before he can get to the heads, but basically his only concern was that the cylinder head might be cracked, so he's going to test it, pressure test it and all that before he does any machine work or anything like that, because it doesn't make sense to do all that work to a cylinder head that won't hold pressure. So basically where he thought it might be cracked is where the bolts actually compressed against the head. So we'll see. If he has to, fix it, he can, but, so he's going to let us know. Timeline, I'm not sure. The guy was kind of backed up with stuff, so might be a few weeks, might not be. I'm just not sure, like I said. So, but yeah, those are dropped off, and we'll go from there. As you guys can see, we are in the ZR2 and we are in the middle of the country. So basically we're in the county that I live. We're probably, 5-10 miles from my house. And we're headed to K&M Engines to go pick up our cylinder heads. You guys will remember earlier in this video that I dropped them off, and I'll be honest, I don't know how long it's been. I want to say it's been minimum 3 weeks, maybe 4. I'll write that down below. But yeah, so it's been quite a while since I dropped the cylinder heads off. But honestly, it kind of plays into the fact that we're waiting for parts anyway. So this has not cost me a delay or anything. So I actually still need to order one more part for the engine, and that's going to be the lifters. I have everything else as far as I'm aware of: gaskets, bolts, studs. You guys just saw the head stud video. And yeah, so I have like 90% of everything, but yeah, so we just still have this one last part, the cylinder heads and those lifters to order. So I'm going to try to get those lifters ordered today. So I wasn't kidding about this being back in the holler. We're on a gravel road following power lines. And yeah, it's definitely not to be expected for a machine shop to be back here, but I really like the guy's setup.
You have arrived.
Yeah, no, we haven't. Yeah, so we are here, and his machine shop is over here on the left. All right, guys, we are back in the shop. We're going to finish up these cylinder heads. As you guys can see, we do have the heads back from the machine shop. Everything's good to go. You can see the bags that came in, but you guys can see this head. What we need to do is actually drill the hardware so you guys can see that hole right there. We need to drill that hole to the 33/64 drill bit. So actually the biggest bit that came with the kit. And as you guys can see, we used our Tick Performance head stud drilling kit. You guys will remember from last week, we had that video where you guys can actually see the head studs where we drill the block. Well, you're going to use the same fixture, just this time you're only going to use one step, and that's going to be the 33/64 drill bit. You guys can see we actually have 4 nuts here. So what I did was I actually put the mounting bolts, basically your head cylinder bolts, going through the block like it would be, you know, bolted down to the block itself. I put the spacers that were provided with the kit, and then I tightened it down with 4 random nuts that I had. I'll be honest, I don't know the pitch or thread of the cylinder head bolts, but you know, I had 4 nuts that tightened down just fine. And as you guys can see right here, we do have the 33/64 drill guide, if that's what you want to call that. We'll put our bit through there, use our drill. All right, guys, you'll notice that we swapped out the drill. My handheld drill was really struggling with this aluminum cylinder head. I'm not really sure why it was, so I switched to this, got the last bolt out, we're done. So we are done with the inner 6, what we need to do is swap the hardware and do the outer 4. We got the bolts moved to the center, like I said. Now I'm just gonna do the bottom outside 4. Alright guys, you can see we have the cylinder head done. You guys can actually see the port right here. This is the one that was fixed. Basically the machinist just blended it and then he skimmed the bottom of the cylinder head. I think he took like 5 thousandths off, and then the only thing that I did, like you guys know, is I drilled these holes out to 1/2 inch. And I will say this, using the drill gun worked a lot better, went a lot quicker. And I think that's what I'm going to do on the other cylinder head. And the only other thing I wanted to show you was this tool right here. This is just a deburring tool, and I use that on all of the 1/2 inch spots that I drilled out, because basically I don't want to burr cutting a head gasket or creating a sealing issue, because we decided to do the drill the heads after I had it already machined. So I know you should have done that before that, but it is perfectly smooth. It's not catching or anything, and we should be good to go. So, all right guys, so that's gonna be it for the cylinder heads. As you guys can see, we are done with the other cylinder head as well. And so both have been drilled to a 1/2 inch. They both have been decked. The valves have been redone. New seals on all of them, as you guys can see. And the last thing I want to reiterate is, guys, you need to clean these cylinder heads as best as you can. Even though we just sent it to a machine shop, I still would clean it anyway, because you never know, there might be something caught behind a valve, down a coolant jacket, whatever. So make sure you guys do clean these things out. So as you guys can see on the floor, we've made a hell of a mess with aluminum chips. So get some brake cleaner, get some compressed air, and whatever else tools you want to use to get these things clean. So we have go through a deep, thorough cleaning on both these cylinder heads before I even put them anywhere near the motor. Speaking of the motor, we're still waiting on the cam, the lifters, and I need to measure for the push rods. The tools for measuring that stuff has just come on. But like I said in the previous video, the cam is still, I don't know, 2 or 3 weeks away. So we've got some stuff we can do up until then, but until that cam gets in, we can't really do anything else. So that's gonna be it for the cylinder head video, like I said. So if you guys like the video, hit the like button. If you guys want to see more further updates on this Corvette engine, hit that subscribe button, turn on your bell notifications. And if you guys want to help support the channel, I'll try to include links to everything that we've used down below. The tools, the drill, the link to Tick Performance for that cylinder head drilling kit. And yeah, we'll go from there. So, and also make sure you check out our website, BonecrrusherSS.com. Thanks guys. Have a great one.